What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Lovely J, and I am back with another freaking video. First of all, y'all, I know I've been missing. I haven't posted in like quite a few days, maybe a week or so. I don't know. You know, I kind of fell off. Like, I've been having a lot going on, but best to believe your girl is back with more videos. So hopefully I'll start doing better since it is 2021 and I plan to be on my grind. But anyways, as y'all saw by the title, we are about to get into this reaction to Taraji P. Henson interviewing Asian Doll. So oh, and before we get into the video, y'all already know, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good old stuff. But anyways, let's get right into the video. I don't want to hold y'all too long.
You lost your baby brother. Somebody took his life. On this episode of Peace of Mind, Asian Doll talks losing someone suddenly.
I didn't know how to feel. I've never lost somebody that was so close to me that I love.
It's okay, baby. It is okay to feel. And Obasi Jackson speaks out on the death of his brother, Pop Smoke.
I won't be able to hug my brother again, tell him I love him again.
It's okay. It is okay. You are in a safe space. So there is really no easy way to deal with what our topic is today, and it's sudden death.
Yeah, death without warning.
Death
Is
is hard
this a
anyway.
show?
And, you know, we're experiencing it through the pandemic, on the streets, with our young people. In fact, last year, I believe there were like 13 deaths or murders, rappers.
Yeah, our young black men.
Today, you know, we'll have a couple of young folk on who have also lost loved ones to murder.
We have Asian Doll, and she was dating King Von, and he was murdered. I can only imagine.
Right.
When you don't get to say goodbye to your loved one, that's tough. And then we have Obasi Jackson, a brother of Pop Smoke, another brilliant rapper who we lost last year. And I'm just grateful that they feel comfortable enough to come and share their grief with us.
Get the Amazon app.
I
and shop
can't
on the
imagine
go.
like what they
Wherever
had to
you
go
are.
through dealing with
Track
that.
your package.
Oh, guys, she's really going through it.
It was full of people.
Right now. She's here. Hey! So I love her hair. How are you?
So beautiful.
So do you. Have a seat. You want some tea or anything?
Yes, tea, please.
So, first of all, I just want to thank you for coming here because I know it's a tough time for you. I can only imagine, sweetheart. And I'm just glad you trust us and you are in a safe place. So, you know, we're talking about sudden death. My son's father was a sudden death for me. And I remember at the time, I get a call.
I had no clue.
My heart dropped.
Yeah.
And I just knew what the call was. It was tough.
And it was tragic.
It was tragic. He was murdered, stabbed to death.
That was tough.
Wow.
Wow.
But she carried that same strength that you're carrying right now before you get to the healing process. And I've watched her do this with that situation and many.
I never knew Taraji P. Henson's baby father was murdered. Wow, that's crazy. And she
Situations.
stabbed
Just
to
that-
death.
Something about being a black girl
I
growing up
can't
in the
imagine.
hood. There's an armor that you just always seem to hold on to. So can you think of a moment where you knew that you were in love?
This is my first love. This is my first love. Like, this is my first real boyfriend. Like,
It wasn't about him.
it was like more like a soulmate. Like it's like, dang, I mentioned before, like, how do I feel so connected to you? It was just something about him though. Like something about him. Like when Vaughn would cry.
Oh.
Yes. He was really emotional. Nobody
That's
knows.
good.
Yes.
That's good. That's okay though. Vulnerability, strength is in being vulnerable. That's a beautiful thing.
When I cried and he cried, it was just crazy. And I'm like, dang, I probably would never ever experience a boy like him. Like he was like one of a kind.
So let's start at the moment you found out he passed away.
I got a call from his cousin, and I was just shocked. But you know how you heard something, you like, nah, he gonna pull it through. He alright, because it was critical condition at first. I'm like, okay, he's alive, he's okay.
Right.
Actually, when he had passed away, when they were saying he was in critical condition, he had already passed away. Somebody from the hospital got in contact with me. One of the nurses' daughters, and she just was crying on the phone. She was crying. She's like, "Agent, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "You tripping? He's not." She's like, "No, my grandmother's works at the hospital. He passed away. They put an X on his bag."
Oh,
And I just hung the phone up. I'm like, "Nah, she's tripping." I had already knew. So once they said that he was dead on social media, I had already knew it. It was just
right. You had to just take it in.
yeah.
To get that call, like, how did you feel in your
My
body?
whole world just crashed.
Yeah.
I've never
That
felt
had to
a
have been the
feeling like that.
hardest
It's like
thing to
I was
like
just broken.
take in.
I want to say like
to deal
6
with.
days before he passed away, we had broken up, and I was real hard on him. I was not trying to see him. I did not want to see him at all.
You know how we do.
It's okay, baby. You gotta let that happen, okay? You can't. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. It is okay to feel. You love that man, and he died suddenly. He was taken in a senseless murder.
Yes.
You know, that's not something you just push through and try to cope with.
Yeah, especially, I would never think that. I'm like, nah, it's impossible for Vaughn to ever, to go out how he did. I just never would think, like, ever. Like,
This past year, a lot of people have lost loved ones to COVID, sudden death. So anybody that's watching, how would you tell them? How did you get through? How are you getting through or coping?
it's crazy because I watched Vaughn's grandmother pass from COVID. And he was so hurt because it just happened out of nowhere. And just seeing how strong, he overworked himself. He was so strong. Like, he cried about it. And he just moved on. He didn't want to talk about it. And just seeing him, how strong he was, it just made me strong.
On social media, you've been posting a lot of videos
Yes.
of you two together, and I think they're just so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a look. Let's just take a look.
Perfect.
It's so sweet.
Oh my God, it makes me blush so much.
Aww.
Do seeing these videos remind you
She
of the good
loved
times?
him.
Yes, I watch them all day. I watch it like TV. And I just love sharing stories just so people can know
That's
that he
so
was like
sad.
a great person with a big heart. And he loved to love.
And you were talking about this scrutiny that happens on social media once you put yourself out there. And you went through a lot of scrutiny when
went
you
through a
were
whole lot.
playing the videos and publicly mourning.
Yeah.
Help us to understand what that was for you. Like,
I was mad at everybody. Just being a black woman, just realistically. Even when we go through stuff like this, it's like we always have to defend ourselves. Even if something happens to us,
Yes.
and you know it happened, we still gotta defend ourselves. Just like, even how does it come down to me having to defend myself over my ex-boyfriend?
Are you grieving? Because you're grieving.
right.
And it became that
I believe that you lost your
stepfather.
Yeah. And that your mom is
Is,
also
sick.
sick. Yeah. How are you dealing with that?
My stepfather, that's my dog. And he actually died last week. He passed away from a heart attack.
Another sudden.
Another sudden
Out of
death.
nowhere.
Okay, so Vaughn's sudden death. And your stepfather's sudden death. How are you dealing? How is this affecting your mental health?
Just I feel like a lot of people who went through this is getting me through this. I didn't know how to feel. I've never lost somebody that was so close to me that I loved, that I was in love with.
Yeah.
And just knowing that there's so many women that went through this, that's the reason why I'm still here, because I want to get through this. I pray a lot, and
Yeah,
I
she
feel
is
like I
being
always
so
feel Vaughn.
Does it make you happy? Does it make you
It
sad?
makes me really happy. So I always feel Vaughn. I feel protected. I feel like everything is going to be okay. I want to get through
Have you
this.
seen a therapist?
No, I haven't seen no therapist. I'm open to it. I feel like I need to talk to somebody because I don't really have nobody that's there that I'll just really just like sit down and just talk to about nothing.
You need that. You know that.
Right.
That's a part of dealing and healing.
I just break down.
So we will definitely help you find some therapists, a culturally competent therapist, one that looks like us.
Yeah.
And talks like us.
Talks
walks
like us, yes.
You know, and maybe have similar histories.
Wow.
It helped you to take that off. All that stuff we got to carry, be strong for everybody.
Who's
Everybody.
gonna be strong for
Now
you?
you ain't
If you
having
out here
fun.
being strong for everybody, all the people you name, that's too much for you, baby.
It is. It hit me. Like if I just like be nonchalant to all my problems within like a couple of months, it's gonna catch up and it's gonna hit me. Like
You have to unload that, babe. If you don't deal with it, it's gonna deal with you. Trust me, it will manifest itself in ways that you'll be like, oh my God, where did that come from? Why did I just punch a hole in the wall? You know what I mean? So I'm telling you that to say you will have to deal with it deeper than just talking to friends and crying in the bathroom. You're gonna have to get this outside of yourself.
And really face what's underneath all of that.
And you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna make you a better artist. You're going to have so much to rap about, baby, to talk about. Because you're going to tap into some things that you have been ignoring for such a long time.
yes, I've ignored a lot. I'm young and I'm growing in the industry, and I came from the streets, so it's like I'm becoming a woman on my own, and I'm just figuring it out.
Yeah, we come from these streets.
We know. Trust me.
Come on, we know.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're
laying
doing
our
this
life
show,
out.
because we know that the kids coming from the hood, we have trauma. We have real
trauma, and it's so real.
Yeah.
It's so real.
You know, some of the things we're not even talking about today.
Yeah.
That we've seen, and I'm sure you've seen.
In this moment, and in your grief, what have you learned about some of your friendships?
I don't need them.
Oh.
Period.
Childish.
They're fine.
I feel like just where I'm going and the path that I'm on right now, I feel like I need like real grown women in my life, real people that I can learn from, that I can look up to, that's on a positive path. Some like stuff that I've never done. Like I've been partying, I've been negative, I've been fighting. I just feel
I
like
love that you're owning
I
all
love that, baby. Do you feel like his death showed you that it's more to life than...
Yes, it bossed me up, and even mentally too. It's just like I'm just numb to that whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it no more. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to promote. I don't want it.
Rap. It don't even look the same.
No, it doesn't feel the
That's
same.
crazy.
And it's we were so happy to be rewarded for fighting for something we wanted for so long in our life, and we so young and coming from where we come from. And it's crazy because some of these guys don't lose. They beat the streets. They beat the odds. And they still lose their life.
Yes.
In a different state.
That's what hurts.
And with Pop Smoke, it's crazy because he lost his life in a mansion. You could tell that boy wanted that feeling for so long, and he got it, and it was over like that. Bun died the day he went the number one album in the world. And he died the day of his album release.
Yeah.
So I'm just numb to that cycle.
Yeah.
What would you say to these young rappers that's watching? Because we're losing y'all. Like, what is
I'll just say,
all these young people that's chasing that life?
you can chase this life as long as you want, but this cycle, it just keeps you repeated to the point it's like, how many more rappers or music influencers are we gonna lose to people just really wake up? That vicious life.
And it's, you know, we always go back to mental health, because a lot of that killing and violence and force is because we don't deal with what's happening, the trauma that we're dealing
Well, somebody did it to me, so all I know is to do it to somebody else.
with. You know, I'm amazed by where you are right
Thank
now. And again, hopefully we can provide you with that support as you move on. And now you got sister friends.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Again,
We're going to be checking too.
from the same
Thank you
I just
so
want to
much.
hug you. You just look like a little baby over here.
And we want to thank you for
We
coming.
want to thank you for coming and being so open and sharing
you so
with
much.
us. And we are going to help you get that therapist.
Thank you so much.
You will flourish.
And our next
Dang. You know, I'm finna. Y'all, I don't know how. I almost forgot to end out the video. Like, the recording was tripping. But I hope y'all like that video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. That was the reaction to Taraji B. Henson and sound like I said B. Taraji P. Henson and Asian Doll. I will be back with more videos, more reactions, whatever. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.